Steve, welcome. I
me.
really would like to start off with actually something that's very, very important, probably one of the most important things we've been talking about this morning. Why mental health and wellness in the construction industry?
I personally think, but the statistics show it and have proven it, that it is the single biggest killer of construction workers in general. So it's 2 a day taking their own lives now.
Wow.
Those figures are from a post or pre-COVID world. So what's that going to do to us? We can only think the worst, unfortunately. But we're losing anything between 40 to 50. I think the figures don't really get past 50 construction workers a year to injuries on site and that. And the money that is plummeted into health and safety on sites, rightly so, and it's probably why that figure is low, is just so much of it. But at the same time, it's why there's so much attention around that health and safety side. But why aren't we focused on the fact that 700 plus are killing themselves a year, but very little's being done? My kind of aim of it was more of a little bit of aggravation of being working on sites over the years and forever being told, any construction worker, no, when health and safety comes around, you just stay still and you put your gloves and glasses on and just stand still because they know that's what they're going to moan at. But none of them would come around and say, why aren't you doing as we're told? What's going on? We keep on asking you to put your gloves on, but you're not doing it. But none of them were interested to see, well, there's a reason why we're disobedient, or it could be we not want to pay attention, or we don't like the authority above us to a certain extent. So it's one of those, it just got to me, and I got to these points and working across quite a few big projects in the country and to the smallest ones on the ground, to a point where I'm being told off for something so petty here, but no one's taking into consideration that these people are killing themselves every day. So why are we having, I'd be in a big meeting on a Monday morning after a big possession works on a weekend, and you literally felt like you could cut the atmosphere with a knife, and it would be all about, because there's been a delay by an hour and it's cost the company X amount of money. But you're all sitting in there, and I'm the first one to say it. I just say, who died? That's because it seems that way. This meeting we're in, it seems like someone's died. They go, nothing, it was these delays, and it was just kind of we're in this uncomfortable meeting on a Monday morning, and I remember just thinking, this doesn't need to be like this. Like, it's an hour's delay. Like, there's stuff sitting on site, what's been hired, what's cost us a lot more, was just sitting there doing nothing, and we're moaning because there's been a delay the weekend. But there's been no issues whatsoever. So why can't we just look at it as in, we've got through the weekend, everyone's good. But they're putting all this pressure on people all the time, and then come to Monday morning, you're still sitting there with more and more pressure, and you're thinking, hang on a sec, I've just given up my whole weekend working here, and we've really put it in, and you're moaning at an hour's delay. And there were so many different angles of what come at me. I just thought, this is just so wrong. We're missing the picture that we're moaning about all these different things, but we're not looking at the fact that these geezers are killing themselves all the time. It's just kind of unbelievable to me. And even to this day, there's still not enough done. I'll do as much as I can, but very little. And I'm going to events all the time now, getting invited along to stuff. I'm very fortunate to be there, to go to a lot of stuff. And we're just seeing, I know that there's reasons for this kind of stuff, but the sustainability and the equality and all this kind of stuff of what the industry needs to do more. And then the last 2% of that day will just touch on the mental health side. And I'd be like, there's still so little, because no one likes to touch the subject. A lot of people don't. They don't. And is there a stigma? I don't think it's a stigma around it. I think it's just the education of it, really. Like, if my
just the worst case scenario, and actually the smallest percentage being.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I've always seen, like, people say, is there a stigma around construction, stigma around mental health and construction? But I kind of I'm no absolute brainiac of a man, but I kind of feel if I don't know something about a certain topic, I'd rather not, and I don't want to, and I'm in a position where I don't want to show that I don't want to know, I won't talk about it. So in a way, I have a stigma towards not knowing something.
Sure.
So I always think, well, if we just educate these guys in the industry, everyone's going to talk about it, because believe it or not, all of us, that's why my avenue through it is with sport, is the fact that all of us engage in sport to some degree. I always say, look, you don't need to be taking part in sport. Like I say, you can be the groundsman who puts the flags in the pitch, or you can be the guy who goes home and watches it on TV at the weekends. You're involved in the sporting world somehow. You're doing something with it, and it helps. It gives people that shut off, no matter what it is. And I can't talk about depression day in, day out, and then next year still be talking about it and talk about it. But with sport, that's changing by the day. Every single, I've got quite a few friends of mine are West Ham fans. You can tell them what the roller coaster of life they've been on. They're very much on a high at the moment. But it's just that kind of, it's a healthy topic. What literally gives people that, they talk about that that football match or that rugby match, and for those seconds, the rest of the problems in the world disappear.
Yeah.
And that can only be healthy, I believe. So.